ladies and gentlemen, once again from the Patterson Armory in Patterson, New Jersey. We're in the second game of a current series between New Jersey and Chicago. The score in games, New Jersey 1, Chicago nothing. The score at this particular time is New Jersey 13 and Chicago 10, and the girls are taking over the track. Fans, as you know, in the roller derby, the idea is to lap the opposition. If you pass 1 or 2 members of the other team, you get a point. If you pass 3 or 4, it's 2 points. If you pass 5, it's 5 points. The jamming period's 2 minutes, the skating period's 15. That jam is over when that 2-minute period ends, or if the leading jam skater falls or leaves the track with both skates. Jam also ends if the leading jammer gets a penalty or places her hands on her hips. Penalties are handed out for unnecessary roughness, intentional tripping, illegal blocking, kicking, stalling, holding, and fighting. There's action on the track. Let's put Ken Nidell to work. Ken?
All right, Joyce Beasley moving in there now. Beasley in the striped jersey for Chicago. Number 64, Millie Bruno of New Jersey, right behind her. So we have one member of each team on the move. Bruno hits up on Beasley. Down that straightaway on the far side and up into this turn. And a nice block, and Beasley is knocked down on Bruno. See a little smirk on Beasley's face as she knocked her down. These pictures really tell a story, don't they? There's Beasley, very contented with herself, moving in there for the striped jersey Chicago Westerners. Later on, we'll tell you the nicknames of the other teams as performed in the contest for ABC. The 3 moves in there. They all have nicknames now. The Chicago Westerners tonight against the Jersey Jolters. The 3 moves in now. Beasley, a lone jammer. If he passes 1 member of the big orange team of New Jersey, she's gained 1 point. If you pass 3 members, you gain 2. If you pass 5, you gain 5. And Bruno is calling for her. Come on in and see what you can do with me. Millie on the left without the helmet on. Of New Jersey, ready to block back on Joyce Beasley. Beasley comes in there. Bruno slowing down beautifully. On number 3, Joyce Beasley. The clock shows 15 seconds to go. Beasley having trouble getting by little Millie Bruno of New Jersey. Can't do it so far. Beasley trying. Looks up the clock. Sees the time is very short. 4 seconds to go. 3 seconds to go. Down she goes. No score. And the score remains 13-10 in favor of New Jersey over Chicago.
Skating for Chicago is number 2, Captain Annis Jensen. Number 3 is Joyce Beasley. Number 4, Mary Ciofano. Number 5 is Betty Boyd. And number 8 is Shirley Burgess. For New Jersey, number 60 is Captain Marta Jean Payne. 61 is Bobby Burns. 62, Rennie Randell. 64, Millie Bruno. And 68 is Norma Roscoe. That buzzer. Bobby Burns breaks out on top, followed by Annis Jensen, and here comes Ken Nidell.
Number 61 up in there, Bobby Burns is Joe set. Here comes Big Red Jensen on the left. Jensen moving in. There's Monaghan Payne on this one. There's number 4, Mary Stefano of Chicago, so it's 2 even on this one. Big Monaghan with the long legs really breezes through there, but bingo! A nice block by number 2. Big Red Annis Jensen of Chicago, skating for the Chicago team. The great captain. 1-2 down. Jensen's down. Monaghan's down. Down goes Stefano. They're all down. Bobby Burns is down, too, so 4 down. Stop it up. Well, it's a rough and tough race out here in the second night of action at the Patterson, New Jersey Armory in Patterson, New Jersey. And don't forget, you friends, here in the New Jersey area, you're seeing Chicago for the first time in a long, long time. And there are good seats available for tomorrow night, Friday, and Saturday night, as well as a big game out here in Patterson on Sunday afternoon. All you have to do is call this number, Van Houten 4-5600. Van Houten 4-5600. You can call right now. Tickets are on sale daily at the Wurtzenberg Sporting Goods Center here in Patterson, and also here at the Armory. Docking full positions. The red light is on. Whenever the red light is on, they cannot break out. And that means that all 10 players, the 5 of each team, have a chance to break out. There's a real sign for you. Blatz. Let's flush it up right now. Get ready for this jam. A whole bottle of Blatz. Number 2 up in there. Big Red Jensen rolling and rocking. And out with her, Mary Stefano, her teammate. Monaghan Payne out number 2-1. You can see Monaghan sandwiched in between these 2 Chicago players. Big Monaghan of the New Jersey team is going to try to stop this one if she can, or if she can knock 1 or 2 down, that's what she'd like to do. And that's the importance of that very good rule in roller derby, cutoff. Stop the jam by placing the hands on the head. But it looks like Monaghan Payne is not going to be able to do it this time because Red Jensen's taking good care of Monaghan. Taking her back and leaving her teammate Stefano move all the way around there alone. There's Mary Stefano, hails from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, well, that's the home of Blatz. The ball comes up in there now. A minute down, 1 to go. Stefano driving. She's past one. Up in on Monagine Payne now. She's past Bobby Burns. 35 seconds to go. Trying to hit in now. Number 4. Knocked down. Referee's decision, 1-point game by Mary Stefano. So, Joe, what does that make the scoreboard read now?
New Jersey 13, Chicago 11. And slowly and surely, the Chicago team is climbing right back into the race. But in roller derby, 2 points is a lot. Coming in for New Jersey is number 70, Ann Calvello. Replaces Millie Bruno. Timeout's been taken. And you notice how the players get together. Going to quickly talk about any pattern of plays that they want to go over.
Well, Joe, now we got a timeout here. What have you got to tell our friends?
Well, I'm going to sit back and enjoy a drink of Blatz beer during this timeout, Kenny, and let Victor McLaughlin do some talking.
In Milwaukee, premium beer capital of America, Blatz is the largest selling beer because it's Milwaukee's finest beer.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. I've lived there. I ought to know.
Take a tip from Victor McLaughlin. Try Blatz today.
Back at the Patterson Armory in Patterson, New Jersey. Timeout has just expired. Each team has talked over its offensive and defensive patterns here. Chicago certainly wants to get back into this game. They're only trailing by a slim margin of 2 points, but the way this New Jersey team has been going and their strong defense makes it a great, great job to overcome. All right, there's the buzzer, sending them on their way, and here's Ken.
All right, moving on. Bobby Burns on the shoulders of New Jersey. Followed by Joyce Beasley, number 3. Beasley doing a lot of jamming out here. Making a great impression on the New Jersey fans. Beasley of Chicago. One member of each team on the jam, and there they go. Both about the same size. Beasley on the inside, and she really hit one up on Burns. Man. There's Red Jensen being hit by number 62. Reedy Randall of New Jersey. Mary Fabian, number 9 on the left. Slowing down for the Chicago team, along with Red Jensen on your right. Slowing down the Jersey players. Down goes the Jersey jammer. Bobby Burns knocked out of it by Beasley, and Beasley out there alone. And now you can really see how fast she's going by the way her hair is blowing in the breeze. Beasley pouring it on. Joyce Beasley coming in now. The clock showing a minute down and 1 to go. Beasley coming in. Joyce Beasley as she racks it up on the board. And Joe, that puts them just 1 point apart. 13-12 now with New Jersey holding a slim lead as Beasley racked that one up for Chicago.
Well, slowly and surely, as we pointed out, this Chicago team is a type of team that goes out and picks up its points by 1s and 2s, just like that Philadelphia club does. They're not an explosive team like New Jersey or Brooklyn, which goes out and picks them up in clusters of 5. Or by double teaming, whereby 2 skaters will go out and each pick up 2 points. But this is now developed into a ding-dong dally from Dumas as Shirley Burgess and Bobby Burns at the back of the pack are hammering away, and Ken Idell goes to work.
All right, up in there now. And Cavallo. And Calvello is pronounced. And Calvello, the new member of the New Jersey team, moving in there again with little Betty Boyd. Betty's a cutie. Boyd throws a nice block on Calvello. Boyd in the striped jersey for Chicago. And Calvello for New Jersey. One member of each team on this jam. You can see the medal hanging from Calvello's neck. It might be a medal, it might be a locket. Really swings out there. Eddie Boyd moves in. Boyd in Chicago. Hit. Look out. Down goes Boyd. Look at her slide. Now the only one that can score is the guy you're looking at. Calvello moving in there for the New Jersey team. And puts on a power, comes in and back in a block out of the gal. She knocked down a moment ago. Eddie Boyd in Chicago. Boyd on your left, number 5 on the defense. Will try to stop development scoring. Knocks her down with an illegal block. A foul is called, I believe, here now. Referee is running over there, and a foul is called on Betty Boyd for using her hands illegally. And now let's see, they might rule a point here. 1 point, that's right. An illegal holding penalty on Betty Boyd allows a point in there for Calvello because you cannot stop a player from scoring by intentionally fouling the player. And so the point is racked up on the board, 14-12 now. New Jersey leads the Chicago team. Incidentally, we just got a small wire here from up Trenton way. The roller derby's come up to Trenton on February 9th, so your Trenton fans get ready. And the wire is from Gigi D'Umberto. Gigi and the whole gang up there are really enjoying the Flats telecast of the roller derby as they do every Thursday night. All right, number 4 moves out, and it's a nice break out there by Mary Safano of Chicago. Safano moving in. Up comes number 16, Monagine Payne, and number 2 up in there. And it's Big Red Jensen. Remember how great Red was in the World Series of Roller Derby at Madison Square Garden? This redhead can really go. She made a lot of fans for herself with her wonderful skating. A great team player. Reaching back there now to try to get Stefano loose, but Monagine knocks them both down. Red throws her helmet off. Notice how the pack has to step away from those fallen skaters. Try to stop up a pileup. Here comes Monagine flying in there. She scores over Stefano. Pass 1. Moves in on number 9. Back to the front out now. Mary Fabian of Chicago in a topper. Trying to stop her. Trying to trap her on the inside. Couldn't do it. She's past 2 now. Going after more now. There's plenty of time. In fact, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Monagine could get a 5-pointer here. Coming after Red Jensen. Edie Branham swings out her captain, Monagine Payne. Little Millie Bruno trying to block up the pass. 4 now. Moving after Jensen. He's passed 4. He's actually passed 3 because there's 1 in the penalty box, but it's just like passing 5 if you pass 4 with 1 in the box. So if he passes Red Jensen, who you see her fighting with now in the striped jersey, he gains 5 points. But no, look at her hit that rail. Beautiful 2-pointer by Monagine Payne, who's looking right at you. And a beautiful defensive play on the part of Red Jensen because with Betty Boyd in the penalty box, Joe, it could have been dynamite there.
That's right, Ken. As a matter of fact, Monagine could have racked up another point had Bobby Burns thrown a block on Annis Jensen and swept her high, but as it was, Annis fought away past Bobby, and of course that nullified any blocking effect that Bobby might do, since Monagine was roaring right behind Annis Jensen and couldn't pick up her blocker. But that's another point. And this New Jersey team is giving the Chicago team a real good dose of their own medicine as far as scoring is concerned. There's about 2 minutes left to go in this skating period. The buzzer sends them on their way, and here's Ken.
All right, jockey, ball positions. The red light is still on, waiting for everybody to get an equal chance of breaking out. Up in front, and Calvello looking it over. Back in the game now, finishing her penalty time. You can see Betty Boyd turning the back end of the pack for Chicago. Calvello makes the break out of the front of the pack as the buzzer sounds. Right behind her, Mary Safano of Chicago moving in the stripes. Minute and a half to go in this skating period. A nice block in there, and down goes Calvello, is the little gal. Right there, Mary Safano of Chicago. Let her have it. And again, it proves that no matter how small you are in the bank bracket, you're a good skater. The big ones fall as hard as the small ones. And that time, Calvello, who was towering over Mary Safano, was knocked down by little Mary Safano. Little Millie Bruno chasing. Look at this gal come. A minute to go in this skating period. Score 16-12. New Jersey leads Chicago. Here comes the play now. Number 4 hits in on Calvello. Calvello knocks on the infield. Leading jam skater on the infield stops up the jam. No score on that one. The scoreboard stays the same. 16 New Jersey, 12 for Chicago. Well, there's only about 35 seconds to go in the skating period, Joe, and might be a good time to mention to our friends, our Flats fans up in Philadelphia and Camden, that the great meet going on right now at the Camden Armory in Camden, New Jersey. It's Brooklyn meeting Philadelphia, and for reservations in that area for tomorrow night's game or Saturday night's game or the big matinee on Sunday afternoon, you can call right now. Call Woodlawn 45750 in Camden. Woodlawn 45750 in Camden, New Jersey. A game there tomorrow night, Friday, Saturday, and the big matinee on Sunday afternoon. It's Philadelphia against Brooklyn. But Joe, that's the end of the 7th period. What do you
Yes, Kenny, this is a good time to show our viewers some magic before the 8th period gets underway.
Behold, Mysterioso Blatz, outstanding man of mystery. With nothing up his sleeves, you see, and now he has some bottle caps. He throws them up and thrice he claps. Down they come and spell out Blatz, a wondrous thing to see. And here he has upon the table a case of beer with a famous label. And now we'll see if he is able to make these bottles rise. The greatest feat of his career. He brings out not just any beer, but Blatz. This magic man is wise. Now we hear musicians tune and voices hum, and pretty soon there bursts upon us loud and clear that famous song of friendly cheer.
Oh, I'm from Milwaukee, and I ought to know. It's the same old story wherever you go. This is the tune you will always hear. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer.
All right, the jam just gets underway now. You see them all moving in that pack. Over the left coming out is little Howie Raines along with Herbie Plump from New Jersey. Howie in the striped jersey for Chicago. Pouring it on with Plump right behind him. Herbie hits Howie. Little Howie Raines was a fellow with a wonderful baseball career that he traded in for a roller derby career. Howie was the captain of the All-Star baseball team, which played in the Polo Grounds in 1945. He represented the West. The great little second baseman. Property of the St. Louis Browns. Raines hits hard, or rather is hit hard by Plump. Herbie starts to stride now. And little Howie comes up on the inside and lets him have it. Blocks him now, comes in and scores one. A beautiful close play now. One referee says 1 point in there for little Howie Raines, passing on Captain Johnny Carp of New Jersey, and the other referee ruled a point for Herbie Plump. Now we'll see what the official decision is. Joe, did you see that one there?
Well, Ken, as you know, this clock is out of order, but they just racked up a point for New Jersey, making it 17-12. That's what it was. 1 point being racked up there. One for each, he says. One for each side. One for New Jersey and one for Chicago. So it is now New Jersey 17, Chicago 13. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out on that scoreboard at the same time, and I just can't make it out. Half the lights are out. 17-13, New Jersey over Chicago. Okay, Ken.
Okay. Well, you really got to guess at that scoreboard tonight. Those balls have really got us baffled up there. There's only one thing we're not baffled about. When we want a cold bottle of beer, there's only one beer to ask for.
Blatz beer.
Up in there now. Two against one. Look at Red Spark really dive and try to cut that one off, and he did. A beautiful play by Red Spark. I will recap a little bit on that last jam. It was a nice fast play with Howie Raines moving through. He thought he'd cut it off before Puppet moved through to pass Jack Walker. So it was 1 point for Howie Raines of Chicago and 1 point racked up in there for Herbie Plump on the New Jersey team to make that score 17-13 in favor of the New Jersey team over Chicago with approximately 11 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game tonight. Remember, in case of a tie game, we have to go into overtime. Buzzer sounds, Jack Walker up there looking it over. They can go. Satterfield comes in for Howie Raines, the substitution for Chicago. Satterfield reaching back, grabs a hold of Walker's hand. Walker grabbing hold of Red Smart. And Smart trying to get loose, but number 61, you can see him breaking it up. And it's a nice play in there by Sid Harness from New Jersey, who broke that play up, and Satterfield still gets loose. There goes the whirling dervish out there, Captain Johnny Carp, the shoulders of New Jersey. Carp showing some fine skating out there. Crazy legs Walker's after him. Walker Tapped him, and let him spin around again. Tom Brady racked. Man, a chance that guy takes. Bobby Satterfield moving out now for the Chicago team. 45 down, 115 to go. 17-13, New Jersey leads Chicago. Walker blocking back in the front of the pack on top of New Jersey. The Jolters blocked back in there by Big Jack Walker. Crazy Legs Walker from Dallas, Texas, skating for the Chicago Westerners. And down. Nice block. Goes Trump. Here's the guy that can do the damage. Satterfield, a great veteran of many years of backtrack skating. A nice-looking boy. Hails from San Francisco, skating for Chicago. Bobby Satterfield moves in now, coming in the back of the pack. If he passes one member of the Big Orange team of New Jersey, he gained 120. If he passed three members, he gained 2. If he can pass 5, the entire New Jersey team, he gained 5 points and put his team back in the ball game. Let's watch it now. Satterfield coming in the back now, moves in number 3, his teammate, Red Smart, and also Jack Walker back there to lead him in. The only one that can score is Satterfield without the headgear on. The back end, there he is. Bobby, number 5, coming in for Chicago now. Moving in on John Lewis, who's on the tail end of the blocking department for New Jersey. Satterfield pass 2. Coming up around the outside. Pass 4. Look at him go as he sidesteps through there. Talking about razzle-dazzle, man. He's out there. Top hits him. Up in the air. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. 1 second. Satterfield of Chicago passing 4. Racked up 2 points. And the scoreboard 17-14. New Jersey leads Chicago.
17-15, Ken. 17 for New Jersey. 2 points picked up by Chicago makes it 17 for New Jersey. 15 for Chicago. Bob Satterfield coming through that time to pick up 2 points for his team. Ken and I just aren't trusting that clock anymore. We're jotting them down as we go along. Even though right now, oddly enough, you can make the clock out on this one side. See, it looks pretty good this time, Ken. Well, this has been a bit of a sloppy performance tonight. The officials haven't kept the game going as well as they usually do. There's been a great many lows. For example, now teams skate off, they get ragged, they pull over to one side. These officials let them get away with it and then start to blow their whistles feverishly to get them back there going. Buzzer sends them on their way. Let's put Ken Idella in.
All right, up in front now, moving in. Johnny Carp. You can see his numeral on the back of his jersey is torn loose with 67. Right behind him, moving in is Norm Shelton for Chicago, followed by Big Sid Harnett, the New Jersey, and number 7, Crazy Legs Walker of Chicago. Walker takes over the lead now, number 7 boy. Walker followed by Johnny Carp, now number 61, Big Sid Harness, the New Jersey takes over the lead. And Norm Shelton takes the lead over for Chicago. 2 members of each team rolling and rocking. 45 down, 1:15 to go on this one. Nice block by Sid Harness, and down goes Shelton. Now Walker's on number 2 to 1. He just realized it. Going to try to do something about it now. Either knock them both down, knock one down, or try to cut it off by placing his hands on his hips. What'll he do? Well, let's try to watch and see. Never could tell all the alternatives that can happen in roller derby. Makes the game one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting in sports. With 61 up in there now with Big Sid Harnett. Walker's hit, down he goes. 2 members of New Jersey moving in. Carp on your left and Sid Harnett right behind him. Both for the Jolters of New Jersey. We have a blockers for him. Back there now is Red Smart and Arm Shelton. Full score. 1 point for Carp, 1 point for Sid Harnett. 30 seconds to go. They're diving for more. Coming up on Satterfield now. Goes past Satterfield. Moving up on Dalovich. And they both pass Dalovich. They both have gained 2 points apiece. Passing 3 members of Chicago. Hart and Sid Harnett. There they are. And look at them go. They're going after Walker. They pass 4 now. That is very short. They can get 10 points. Going away 10 points for the game. And the jam is over. 4 points racked up. 2 for Harnett, 2 for Carp, 4 points for New Jersey. And now, Joe, what do you say?
Well, we have about a minute before the next action game, so pass me that glass filled with glass, will you?
I'm from Milwaukee, and I ought to know. It's the same old story wherever you go. This is the tune you will always hear. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer, 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 beer.
Well, the teams have taken time out. The score is New Jersey 21, Chicago 15. And man, that was really a ring-tailed snorter, wouldn't you say, Ken? That was really a great double-barreled effort that time.
So that's as close as we ever seen to 10-point jam. In other words, if the two players, Harness and his teammates, could have got in there, top, and passed the last man, Walker, that each gained 5 points to make it a 10-pointer. Now, the most an individual skater can gain on a single jam is 5. We almost had a doubler.
Yes, we did. Sid Harness and Johnny Carp. You fans know what I think about Johnny Carp. I think he's one of the greatest skaters on the track, and Johnny keeps proving that time and time again. You can say nice things about John because he goes out and makes you look good. Just like tonight, when he's blocked, he spins around, completely spins around. He's knocked backwards. He maneuvers at that speed. Then the moment he gains his equilibrium, he spins around again and comes out the right way, and of course, he's off and rolling. Moose Payne coming in for New Jersey. That means that Carl's going to do everything he can to hold the Chicago team down. They're trailing now by 6 points, and that's a lot of points in the road of it. On their way, here's Ken.
All right, Bobby Centerfield of Chicago moving in. Chicago still in there fighting. Number 5 Centerfield with number 62, Buddy Collins for New Jersey. One member of each team on this one now, but Howie Range is coming out, and so is Big Moose Payne. And look at the difference in the size of these two. Moose on your left, locks up on little Howie Range, takes him back. 21-15, New Jersey leads out here at the Patterson Armory in Patterson, New Jersey. Second night of action in this series. Big game out here tomorrow night, Saturday night, and a big matinee on Sunday afternoon for you friends in the New Jersey area. Chicago is here against your New Jersey team. Oh, Satterfield hit him hard. Look at him hold his chin. Is he surprised? Satterfield comes in now. Bobby rolls in there. Johnny Carp back in a block out. Minutes down, 1 to go. Walker going to try to whip Satterfield in. Carp back in a block out. Here comes Satterfield in with Walker. Also Big Moose Payne moving in now to try to cut this one off. Stop it up if he can. Satterfield scores a beautiful play. Carp didn't have a chance to stop Satterfield that time as Bobby used the old tricks that he's known for years as he outmaneuvered Carp on a beautiful play to score that one and make it 21-16 now with New Jersey leading.
Well, here's the spot. If they're ever going to pull a grand slammer, Chicago's got to do it here because there's something like about 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. 21 for New Jersey, 16 for Chicago. And Red Smart has gone back into the game for Chicago. He's number 3. 3 is Red Smart, 4 is Pee Wee Range, 5 is Bob Satterfield, 7 is Jack Walker, 9 is Melvin Shelton. For New Jersey, 60 is Carl Payne, 62 is Buddy Collins, 61 is Sid Harness, 66 is Joe Fiore, and 67 is Johnny Carp. The buzzer sends them on their way with 3 minutes left to go in the game, and here's Ken.
All right, up in front, Sid Harness, number 61, moving up in there. Harness burned down. Number 4, up in there with him, a little Howie Range, followed by Red Smart. 2 against 1, Harness. Up in there, looks around now. He sees he's outnumbered. He's going to try to cut it off, and he does easily. Beautiful heads-up play on the part of Sid Harness. No trouble that time in stopping it by placing his hands on his hips, as you see right now, which is a privilege of any leading jam skater. I want to tell you friends up in the Troy and Albany area that the roller derby's coming up there starting March 1st in the Troy Armory. And ask your nearest policeman. He's got tickets. It's for a very worthy cause. So you friends up in Albany and Troy, the roller derby will be up there on March 1st. Buzzer sounds off and rolling about 2 minutes and, I'd say 40 seconds to go in this game. Up in there now, Sid Harness, who cut that jam off a moment ago. It's not on this one. That's China number 3. Red Smart of Chicago, and the stripes moves in. In third position is Johnny Clark, captain of New Jersey, and little Howie Range, number 4. 2 members of each team on the jam, and again we say, For the benefit of our many friends who are with us for the first time on the Blatz telecast of the roller derby, these form a circle of track from the back of the pack from where they started and pass the member of the opposition within 2 minutes time because of a 2-minute time limit in all jams. Harness knocked down on a nice block by Pee Wee Raines, and down goes Gunny Carp. Still at the track by a nice spot on a part of Red Smart of Chicago. Now the two Chicago players coming in there. We appreciate the wonderful letters we receive and commenting on telecast, commenting how they understand the rules of roller derby. That's the veterans of roller derby, fans who've watched it on TV and see it in person. Coming in there now. Number 4, Pee Wee Raines. Number 3, Red Smart trying to get in there. Here comes the play by Big Moose Payne. He's trying to come in and cut it off. He does. Beautiful play by Big Moose Payne as he rocked in there. A nice little block by his teammates. Stopped up the threat by Chicago, and Payne cut it off. And Joe, that New Jersey team looked really great out there tonight.
Yes, they did, man. And right back there in a great defensive spot was Sid Harness and Johnny Carp. You wouldn't want any more reliable fellows back there. Aggressive, great offensively, great defensively. And then Moose Payne decided to take things into his own hands and did, cutting off the jam purely a defensive measure. Now Sid Harness down front cuts the jam off with less than 30 seconds to go. And man, you know what that means. They're practically wrapping this thing up right now for this New Jersey team with something like 15 seconds left in the game. New Jersey 21, Chicago 15. And New Jersey well on its way now to making it 2 in a row over the league-leading Chicago team. Man, how this New Jersey team has come along. When you hear that gun? Yes, sir, there it is. And it's all over in the final score. New Jersey 21, Chicago 15. Well, there's tonight's game. A really great game, great offensively for this New Jersey team. And the Chicago team still trying to get back into the win column over New Jersey. And it looks as if it's going to have a tough time doing it. This is certainly a fine place for the roller derby. And we recommend to you fans in and around the Patterson area, if you want to see this great game in a fine setting, come on out down here to the Patterson Army. And now, from me to you, wherever you may be, remember to choose Blatz, Milwaukee's finest beer.
The Roller Derby, America's finest sports spectacle, has been brought to you by Blatz, Milwaukee's finest beer. Yes, where America's finest beers are brewed, Blatz is the leading beer. As folks from Milwaukee will tell you, I'm from Milwaukee. I ought to know. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer.
The preceding program, originally telecast by ABC in New York, has come to you by special video recording. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.